Since Jump Festa 2025 has ended, we had some chance to witness the first ever gameplay for Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2. And obviously, this wouldn't happen without our friend, Fan Only Naruto. He is the person who captured everything we have seen so far, so shout out to him. You can check out his X Twitter account, also the YouTube channel in a pinned comment. Plus, he also made a video talking about the Hinokami Chronicles 2 gameplay, how it feels compared to the first game, etc. Basically, his thoughts about this demo. Once again, shout out to Fan Only Naruto, and let's start the video. Okay, let's start with a new feature that they added in the Hinokami Chronicles 2. And this new feature is Dual Ultimates, Team Ultimates. Team Ultimates will work similar to Storm games. If you choose specific characters, they will have a unique ultimate. And in order to use Team Ultimate, you have to have level 2 of Ultimate Gauge, basically a max level, and I think you have to press and hold the R2 button. Because in this clip, Tanjiro had level 2 of Ultimate Gauge, but he used his solo ultimate, even though he has a team ultimate with Nezuko. Meanwhile, Mitsuri and Muchiro, they also had level 2, but they have used their team ultimate, and same goes with Daki and Gyutaro. And now, moving on to the changes they have made in the Hinokami Chronicles 2. The first big change is that Gyutaro and Daki are in one pack character. You can play as Daki, you can switch then to play as Gyutaro, but you can't play them solo like in the previous game. Even in the first game, Lady Tamayo and Yushiro work together, but you couldn't switch between them. You only play as Yushiro, and you could use Lady Tamayo's demon skills. The only downside is that both Daki and Gyutaro will lose their unique demon skills, because instead of having their unique demon skills, they will use their support character skills like Demon Slayers have. The second change is that in the character select screen, you can choose which ultimate you want to use for a certain character. For now, the best example is Nezuko, because whenever you choose her, at the bottom it appears L2 and R2 button, and the text says Exploding Blood, which indicates that she will have a different ultimate, and you can choose between new one and old one, similar in the Storm games. Plus, we know that in the first trailer they have teased new ultimates for Giyu, Rengoku, Tengen, and Shinobu, which proves my point that you can choose between new ultimates and the old ultimates. The third change is, whenever the game starts, you start with a full max out ultimate gauge. For comparison, in the first game you start with 0, and in order to fill up this gauge you have to receive damage or deal damage. The fourth change. Now the maximum level of the ultimate gauge is 2 instead of 3. So you won't able to use your ultimate attack when you are in the Surge mode in Awakening state, like we did in the Hinokami Chronicles 1. In other words, you won't able to do TOD combos. The fifth change. Now in Hinokami Chronicles 2, the match is best of 2 rounds. For the comparison, in the Hinokami Chronicles 1, the match round was the best of 3. In other words, the matches are little bit shorter now. The sixth change. When you are using your charge attack, tilt and square hold, it consumes your skill gauge. And again, for the comparison, in Hinokami Chronicles 1, whenever you use the charge attack, it didn't consume anything. The seventh change. Okay, this one is a little bit tricky because I don't know how it works, but sometimes when you switch characters, the support gauge doesn't consume anything. But I have noticed something interesting. Whenever this free switch occurs, the support gauge is blinking. Maybe then you can use the free switch? I don't know, like I've noticed in couple of clips, this support gauge is blinking, and then whenever the player switches, the gauge is not consumed whatsoever. I also noticed it happens when you are in offensive. So basically when you hit the opponent and then this gauge starts to blink a little bit. Maybe then you can switch in order to like make some other combos. We don't know anything about it. That's my theory. For example, in Hinokami Chronicles 1, whenever you switch, it always consumes the support gauge. Always. The eighth change. Now, if you use parry, perfect block, it will consume your skill gauge. And again, in Hinokami Chronicles 1, you could use parry, perfect block over and over again. It didn't consume anything. Basically, it was for free. The ninth change. According to the person who captured the video, he also played and he said that all ultimates now are in 60 FPS. For example, in Hinokami Chronicles 1, the game was at 60 FPS, but whenever you use ultimates, it was locked at 30 FPS for some reason. And the last change is obviously the HUD. It looks quite different compared to the first one, and to be honest, I'm kind of fan of it. I like how the Tanjiro is in the like squarish frame, if I say so. Everything looks nice. We have rounds, we have HP, we have skills, we have ultimate bar, and obviously the support bar. Initially, I thought they will add a new gauge bar for the team ultimates, but they thought maybe it's not necessary. I mean, so far it's very similar to the first game. And similar to the first game, demons and the slayers have different style of HUD. And that's all the changes that I noticed in Hinokami Chronicles 2 based on these gameplays. And to be honest, I think I did a pretty good job covering everything and noticing all these small changes. I mean, it takes time obviously, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you notice something else different or change, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm really curious. Maybe I've missed something and I really want to know what I didn't notice during these gameplays. And like always, if you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!